The people who are telling the mysteries and the stories and the religions are basically racist people. And it's hard not to sound like a racist when you describe what is going on. That is their fault and not mine. So I went over APEP, Apophis, Sophie Pay, Sophie A, Mendes, Mandies, and they'll go to Mendes, Baphomet, backwards, time, a fib, when you do the wordplay. All right, so look E, Loki, and Thor, right. Look E, right. So look toward the E's for the rites and the rituals, right? The right ritual. All right, so I went over the ears, the force, right? Four, sea, four, cow, lion, leopard, hawk, and hare are the correct four. All right, so the hare for its agility. I go over these lines a lot, these animals a lot. The propets, the prophets. Okay, so basically the earth is similar to the underworld. And this is the top of the underworld, the crust, the gateways to the underworld, Babylon. Whereas Egypt had, the pyramid pointing up to the sky. It was united by the followers of Haru. And of course, it was in the Old Kingdom where they were still somewhat following Haru's path when they built the pyramids. And it's said that they were built on free labor in a similar way that the monastery of the Shaolin was probably built by the students who maintain it out of reverence for the masters. All right, so I believe I went over Fenris, the marsh driller, Fenrir. Okay, Funrir. You lay with wolves or dogs, you get fleas. And of course, this is spiritually speaking. These people obsess on the flesh. They engineer diseases, right? AIDS, aid workers, okay? Red cross, red, the color of evil, right? A cross, they're crossing you. Circe's, source, Sorce, is crossed backwards. Circe, the witch from the Greco-Roman mysteries. Now, the Bible is true, but if you don't look at it as an unbiased observer and see that Nigeria is the heart in a good way, not the heart of evil or the hollow earth, right? The hollow center, the empty heart of the red, but the actual heart of the heavens. Okay, and you've got to look at, them by their works, who has more heart, the Ethiopians or the Nigerians, or who was taken as slaves is why. The Nigerians were tougher, they're meaner, they're greater warriors. They're basically the greatest warriors on earth when it comes to martial arts combat. And so, there you have it. Okay, who's naturally the king of the jungle? It's a big pissed off Igbo motherfucker who can outmaneuver a big hippo and slice out his fucking throat and cut out his heart. That's why they hit for my challenge, like bitches. Okay, so when you look at who's doing this and why, well, picture a bunch of Vikings, right? A bunch of Roman fans in the Colosseum, a bunch of Germans, Oktoberfest, right? Halloween. Halo-ween. Let's wean off this halo slowly but surely and replace it with Satanism, right? English bar ruffians, the English League, our English Defense League, a bunch of racists, Islamophobists or whatever you want to call them, immigrants, haters, the Scottish with their kilts, right? We're gonna kill, the Irish drunks, and you can go through every race this way. Every race has petty motherfuckers. Just because someone's African doesn't mean they're a good person. A lot of Africans have betrayed me. They don't stand with me. I had a bunch of secret society, Prince Hall, right? Fake princes. I'm the prince of the Igbos. Let's get that straight, okay? With all due respect, if you're the descendants of countless generations of slaves, how the fuck are you a prince? Or the white man knighted you? The white man made you a prince with his secret societies. Now you're a prince? It's like the traders in Egypt, right? Who sided with the Greco-Romans and the Hyksos and them. You're princes now. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. The fuck up. Not to mention you're the descendants of the people who could not defend themselves from the other fucking Igbos in natural combat. Not Biafran, artificial, bang, 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 but natural combat, okay? Granted, some firearms were confiscated from all over Biafra, like 1,600 of them. And the arrows teamed up with people, and they used the white man's money for their ill-gotten gains. So a lot of good people were taken, but a lot of criminals and witches and bitches were taken as well. So even if you trace your roots back to the Angolan royalty that were taken to Rio, okay, come on, how many generations has it been, okay? I'm the direct descendant of the royal family of the Ebos, and it relates to Catholicism and God. I am the Luke fucking Skywalker. You're lukewarm. Shut the fuck up and fuck off. With all due respect. Talking about Cain and Abel, right? They're my ancestors too. But wasn't Cain too weak to defend himself? Excuse me, Abel too weak to defend himself? And Cain too weak to resist the urge to kill a man for the wrong reason? They're both bitches in their own way. Abel is physically a bitch, which is superior to being spiritually a bitch like Cain. Any questions? C-A in Abel, right? See the little a, the lowercase a, like loba is for the girl. The a at the end of the word in Spanish rather, is, you know, Spanish. You know, spans. Span is the span of time. It goes back to put it into context, right? Slay the bull, the A at the end of the word. And for the little A for the bull, right? The little man, you know, he's little spirit and big fat flesh, right? He still has an A because it refers to masculinity to some degree, but he has a little spirit and big fat flesh. He's not pointing upwards at the sun, is he? You know, that's the hawk. You know, lobo means wolf. Lutus, you know. Lutus was also referred to in the Romulus and Remus mysteries. Phaftolus, the shepherd, okay? And the Levi version of the tale is what I was referring to at that point. So marks and angles, right? The marks of the beast, the angles, okay? So A, you know, is like a girl. The E has an A sound, Ray, right? Ray versus Ra. He's a raw essence of the sun versus he's a little right ray, he's a little Tinkerbell. Oh, he's a Peter Pan in tights, a little Tinkerbell. Why do you think our heroes have tights? Why do you think Star Wars characters have that effeminate look to them? Do the math. Okay, so moving on. Set backwards is T's, right? Marks, angles, I went over that. Matador, right? Raw, daytime. Okay. Yes, that's matador backwards, raw, daytime with the wordplay applied. Okay, so eventually we'll get to cum obo, you know, or cum ombos. It's mock ebo, mock obi, or mock ebo, or mock ebos. I went over the red cross, Circe, you know, the cross backwards, Circe, sorcerer, so on. Core actor, right? Who can we get to play this person? Divine forest warrior. Versus a Forrest Gump, right? Can you get some gumpy ass effeminate liberal to play me in a movie? No. Can you get him to play Horus in the movie or Haru in the movie? No. Okay, so these are, you know, the peons, right? The builders. They have their nose up. Okay, they're builder Eberts, right? They're peons. Okay. I forgot to write why the nose up. The nose up is part of the wordplay of the peasants. Oh yeah, it's backwards with the T removed is the plus, right? Nose up, peasant. Okay, so these are the people who, instead of having this martial arts grace and presence, they're like, I'm important! And of course they drug me and they talk to me in a way to try to get me to start sounding like a European, effeminate, gender-neutral guy or some kind of, yeah, guy, think of like this, and I'm the prince. Instead of, you know, that manliness, they've drugged me so I've lost weight. I can't really work out and get into that masculine spirit like I have before. But that is just the superhero is crippled. Okay? Super Heru is crippled. You know, the greatest embodiment of Heru, the spirit, the supernatural, right, is crippled. But that doesn't change the fact that I am Haru. You know, the pharaoh, when he's sick, is superior to some pissant fucking screaming about how I'm a peasant, I'm a peasant, and I'm important. You know, all the pissants can get together and fucking hold hands and do a merry-go-round. You know, they're still bitches, period. And if they man up together against a superior being, they're still bitches. There's no way around it. Mob rule is the rule of a bunch of insecure bitches who can't see me one-on-one, because so help me God, I would rip out their hearts. Speaking on that, you know, you get the draw. The word backwards is draw. You draw on the spiritual energy. The spiritual energy, the spirit is God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Spirit is God. The vessel contains God. The Spirit is God. No one is good but God alone. The Spirit, draw on that spiritual energy of goodness, right? Nature reacts to you a certain way. Animals react to your spirit and your behavior, the spirit in which you come. They run away, they flee, they come, you know, they let you pet them, whatever, you know. All right, it's the Spirit. Misery is when you missed airy, right? You know, remove the T, right? Misery, mystery, misery. Miser E. The E is a greedy, sniveling dog who pretends to care and has a bunch of, you know, charitable organizations, right? You know, philanthropist Bill Gates killing everybody with eugenics, just fucking trash. Anyway, thumbs up, right? Remove the T, H, the U, right? You get OBs up, right? Ebo, right? Ebo, bow, a bow, you know, bow and arrow, bow, how you spell it? So you bow to the fucking A, right? The E has to bow, Ebo, E, all E bows. You will bow in this life or the next. You'll be on your fucking knees like bitches because you didn't have an ear to listen. You didn't have the heart. You didn't understand the earth, what the earth was telling you, what the nature was telling you, what the reflection of the fucking spirit was telling you. You know, God made man in his image. He reflects certain characteristics of God, and you have to extract that from the dust he was made from. He was made from God and the dust. If you infatuate on the fucking dust and this ground-crawling serpent fucking Pythagoras perspective, you're a bitch. You're a 666 sniveling fucking bitch. You have no concept of the sun. Okay? You have no concept of the sun. You're the new age bitches, the new kingdom, foreign period bitches with no concept of what it means to be the son. So you want to con everybody instead of fall in line. You're fucking scum. All you women that don't fucking appreciate me, you're fucking scum. I'm the most manly man in the spirit, you know, where it matters most on the fucking planet and in American history. Okay, and I'm being shunned by you gender neutral scum and you fucking conservative filth. You know, we technology using, drug using, fucking trailer trash, fucking redefine intelligence because you don't want to admit that quick thinking is natural intelligence, right? In the jungle versus in the snow where you're in a cave. Let me think things out, you know? That's not natural. You can't survive in the snow. You don't have fucking fur. You know, the hair proves who's the hair, right? You don't have enough hair to keep you warm in the fucking snow because that's not your natural habitat. So the intellect that you develop in the snow is unnatural. Any fucking questions? I'll say it again. You don't have enough hair, enough fur like a woolly mammoth or something to keep you warm in the snow. That's not your natural habitat. You had to come up with fire and steal it from the sun temple, so to speak, from the gods, because I am your fucking god. To me, you're a fucking sniveling fucking fool who can't survive in his own habitat, who then comes down, you know, like a snowball falling all, you know, all fucking clumsy and shit, you know, gets on a boat, yo, go forward, you know, before you fucking melt because you don't have the bread to sustain your journey. So you're like a melting snowball, like, let's go home. I have to fucking rape and eat everything I can come across and go home. And then you start saying, how can I civilize myself like the black man so I can have the bread to go on larger military campaigns? Any fucking questions? All right. Again, divine force warrior versus Forrest Gump. Anglican prostitutes, Protestant, right? The mitre, right? The mitre is where the plank, you know, basically you cut two things, you fit them together in a certain way that fits your purposes, right? It's unnatural. That's the mitre, you know, the unnatural pope and the unnatural prostitutes that went against him, right? King Richard versus Prince John. Well, you can tell them by their names who's the fucking bad guy, okay? They put it backwards, right? The good prince, maybe in the story it's fucking twisted around, but John is the good prince. John the fucking Baptist, not Richard. Richie Rich? Come on, fucking scumbag. Get that fucking asshole out of here. He's a piece of shit. I'm the fucking Constantine type figure. He's a piece of shit, rich motherfucker. Okay, Trump, Vegas, American values, women's psychology, sex, sorority. Soror means sister, it-e. Social purposes on record is what sororities are funded for. Our American values, Donald Trump embodies them, right? They're garbage. They're gambling, fucking prostitute, fucking piece of shit, fucking use the medical industry to make sure that blacks get fucking diseases and white people don't, especially rich white people. And then, you know, any poor white person that might go against you who doesn't have a black man's heart, with all due respect, give him a fucking disease, he'll be your bitch. Make him a little poor, he'll be your bitch. Anyone who's not really a man of God, you fucking give him a little hardship, he's going to fold like a bitch. Okay, light temple warrior spirit, in the name of God versus bitches. Shit, you know. So controlled opposition, fucking mainstream social norm bitches. You know, they push the social norms, they're bitches. Openly oppressor bitches is what America is, bunch of bitches, okay? Debt slave and wages and barely head above the water, easy to control bitches, you know? Sacred morality versus profane immorality bitches, okay? The military, you know, the house field, overseer, you know, plantation versus Garden of Eden, right? What is a plantation? What is the Garden of Eden, right? Natural versus unnatural. The order on the plantation is unnatural, it's fucking backwards. The Garden of Eden is natural. God made man in his image. Oh, lo and behold, he made man in Africa, where we all came from. What image is that? Moving on.